Speaking of shameful things that have been done in New York, we have the story of Jordan Neely, who was a homeless man who lived in New York, and he was also a Michael Jackson impersonator. And he was on last week on the train and was having mental health. He had mental health issues, known mental health issues, and was on the train being loud and saying that he was hungry and thirsty and that he basically would do anything to anyone to make sure that he gets, what he wanted or what he needs. And he was then put in a chokehold for, I heard one report was 3 minutes, but then I heard multiple reports that it was 15 minutes of him having him in a chokehold, having Jordan Neely in a chokehold. And unfortunately, Jordan did not survive being put in that chokehold. And this guy, Daniel, picture next to him is Daniel Penny, who is a U.S. Marine veteran who ended up holding him. It was 3 guys involved, but this was the guy who actually issued the fatal chokehold. He's 24 years old, Daniel Penny guy, and Jordan Neely is 30 years old. Daniel Penny left the police precinct in handcuffs this morning after surrendering and was later arraigned and released. He waived the reading of his charges in court and was not required to enter a plea. Manhattan prosecutors and defense agreed to a bail package, including a $100,000 cash insurance company bond. Penny, who is pursuing a bachelor's degree in architecture and lives in New York City, must surrender his passport within 48 hours and cannot leave the state without judicial approval. And they said that the Neely's family was hoping for stiffer charges. Family attorney was quoted as saying he believes that the conviction should be for the M word because it was intentional. It says at some point when people are screaming, "Let him go," you're K-ing him. He could have chose to let him go, but he didn't. And what did he think would happen if he didn't? He had to know he would pass away. He had to, said the attorney. And so this video.
Daniel, did you do it?
Daniel, what do you have to say about the charges?
Daniel, what do you have to say?
Daniel, any
That's it.
So yeah, that was him being arraigned today. I don't know, but again, when you listen to the attorney, and I haven't watched the entire video, I just saw like a clip of it, and I couldn't play it in this live stream because of YouTube and all the restrictions. But from what we just read, even there's the attorney is saying people were saying stop, let him go. You're K-ing him. So at that point, you should snap out of it and say, okay, these people are trying to reason. Like, yeah, I at a certain point, it's not a mistake, if you ask me. I don't understand why Daniel couldn't just let Jordan rant and ignore him, who asked him to step in and be security. For me, I agree too, Kim, in style. Now, I don't know if we'll find out, but if Jordan actually physically got, in contact with someone and Daniel called himself defending him, I don't know those level of details of what might have occurred prior to it being recorded. But I did some of the coverage that I was watching from New Yorkers who were reporters and stuff. They were saying that this kind of stuff is common, but people do get kind of scared and freaked out. And sometimes they're questioning, should I get involved? Should I not? Like, you're weighing all of the options as far as getting involved or not. So I don't know what caused him to step in, or him and the other 2 guys, because they said it was a total of 3 of them. So even in this image here, you can see that there are multiple, well, actually, what is 4? No, it's 3 of them. It's 3 of them, restraining him. He's a trained Marine. He knew the difference between subduing and what could cause the passing away. Yeah, Daphne Jones. I've heard that stated as well, which sounds right. That Marine needs to get thrown under the jail. I'm a veteran, and we know we are not above the law, right? And that was some of the commentary around this as well, as far as when this all first occurred and he was questioned. They weren't even putting his name out there, and they were just putting out the narrative that he was an ex-Marine. And some of the commentary around it was they're already trying to paint a picture of like, this guy defended us. He's, you know, an American freedom fighter. You know, he's an upstanding, you know, person and all of that. They're already putting the narrative out to paint him a certain way. And then all you hear about Jordan Neely is he was homeless and had mental health issues and had an extensive record when it came to his, you know, issues with the police. So it's, you know, same narrative. So we'll be following this story as well. I'll be digging a little deeper and probably do a more deep dive video on our Reality Chronicles channel. So don't forget to go over there and subscribe if you haven't, because we got some content coming when YouTube finally monetizes us over there, for sure.